we had some giant rain go through here. It looked like it knocked some of the stuff in the garden over. I won't have to water for days, which means I'll have extra time to ride. Not according to Karen, we'll have more extra time to do yard work. Anyway, we're going to have fun today. We're going to be able to get a ride in as soon as the roads dry up. I got a couple other little things to do around the house here, the normal stuff. As we get into the fall season, there's going to be a day, and it's not going to be today, but very soon, the leaves are going to start turning color. And when that happens, we're going to have about a month of absolutely beautiful, gorgeous scenery, and maybe some really nice video to share. And I hope you're going to enjoy it with us and enjoy these rides, eh? Especially if you're locked up in an office somewhere or who knows what, and you can't get out on your bike today. In essence, you can take a ride with me. And I've waited my whole life for a bike like this and for the ability to ride every day. This has always been my dream. It's my Sikorsky moment. It's always been my dream to be able to ride every day that the weather permitted. And maybe it's your goal too. Now before I get going here, yesterday I made up some carbon fiber laminate. I'm going to try to come up with something for this area, but to be honest, I have 4 or 5 extra windshields in stock. I've looked at all of them. I'm not happy with covering this with a windshield. This is supposed to be a naked bike, and it's like taking a naked bike and putting you know, a blanket on it or something. We want to keep it the naked look, but I did want to make some patterns for something here. See, here's what's wrong, what I think Yamaha dropped the football on. When they made these bolts chrome like they do with everything. They got a plating on them. Well, I had the 4 black bolts that matched. Just making the bolts black makes it look a little less offensive, but I need to make a little cover, something to go around here. I just can't think what. I'm going to have to spend a day or an afternoon making patterns, but now that I have that carbon fiber material, what's going to happen is sooner or later we're going to have another rainy day, and I'll have the material in-house. I can come out and do what I call paper dollies, and that's more difficult than you think it is. It looks real easy when it's done. When you start doing it, it's not that easy. Now every one of these bikes has little details on it that you don't really notice right away, but once you look at it and you say, gee, that's a little detail, it's small. And an example is lining that stripe up. That was a whole day out in a freezing garage, but once it's done forever. Small details like the gold paint being mixed, a custom color, and the Thomas Luciano and John Parthia making up all those stencils. And by the way, here's another custom carbon fiber part up in the nose that I think looks outstanding when you stand back and look at the motorcycle. But the idea is I like to do a lot of little tiny details, not one big giant thing. An example of something that changed the whole look of the bike is painting this piece here black instead of green. It was originally green, and something about it for a year it didn't look right. I don't know, and I painted that black. A small detail changed the whole look of the motorcycle. Now the whole look of the motorcycle changes when you get rid of the snow shovel, what Tim affectionately calls the snow shovel. And they used to make Luciano crazy, but we got rid of 7 pounds of unsprung weight. That was worth it. And we need to deal with that nose section. And I don't want to rush into something. I've looked on the internet. I can't find anything that I really like. But Vlad has offered to get me a Jivvy bag. Now a Jivvy bag bolts to the gas cap, so I don't need the magnets. But what's going to happen is I'm going to be able to use these magnets for a project I have in mind. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet, but you'll be impressed when you see what I do with these magnets. Anyway, I think the other bag is a hard bag. This is soft. So it'll allow me to mount the radar detector in there and keep all my camera batteries and everything in there. I'm looking forward to that, and of course Vlad always is helpful with getting these hard to find parts. Now I'm going to try to do this on a macro lens. If you see, these are the Dunlop tires. Now you can see what's happening to them. This is like, they're almost like track day tires where I'm losing the rubber from them. So now this would be great if it was a track bike. Unfortunately for a street bike, this is not exactly going to induce good mileage. Now I've been riding the bike a little more aggressively, but certainly not at track day speeds. But that tells me these tires are like They're not going to last as long as I was hoping they would, but they are, to be honest, they are sticky as can be. And I think when they're done, I'll have Vlad get me a set of Michelin 2s. I like the way Michelin 2s wear, and they are plenty sticky. And I've got the front tire, the Pirelli on the front, the Angel, and I don't have the back one mounted yet because the back tire on this is not worn out yet, and it probably won't wear out because I'm not riding this bike every day like I am with the MT. But anyway, either way, sooner or later you got to make decisions on tires, and I was hoping these Dunlops would last a little longer. I'd hope they'd last like these do, but again, we're going to report honestly on what we find. So it's time to get out there, do the farming, get all the stuff Karen needs to get ready for her day, and then get out on the open road. Early in the morning, our garden is just still wet from the night before rain, which probably means the roads are going to be wet too. What a summer this has been for our garden. Amazing. Getting our fresh vegetables for tonight, our oregano, a basil. What else is in here?
I just need basil and oregano.
Basil and oregano. Fresh jalapenos. Boy, what a gardener you are. How much we got going there?
Not much.
Enough to make tomato sauce tonight?
I have enough in the house.
Pretty soon we'll be taking pictures of the fall leaves, but boy is it nice starting out the morning on a positive note. Every morning, what a joy, having nice fresh flowers on the kitchen table and in the living room. And every morning we get something out of that garden because we've been eating it every night. And the carbon fiber that we laid up yesterday, you can tell that's already dry. We're going to take that probably this afternoon if it's bright sunny, put it out in the sun, let it cure for an extra day. That always makes it easy to do the work we're going to do on it, and then we'll do some pattern making either late today or tomorrow. And you cannot forget to feed these birds in the morning, or there is all kind of problems. Your life will never be the same. It's time to go. Best time of the day. Karen just gave me the final weather. 0 chance of rain, but you can see even the driveway is still wet, so I know we're going to have wet spots wherever it's shady on the road today. It's going to have to be a little conservative. Wet spots everywhere. That's an ongoing problem when you ride early in the morning. And the main roads are fine. It's really just the back roads. We're going to check out how these Dunlops do on wet roads today. The Berlin Wall, one of my favorite places. Look at those wet roads. Oh. Yeah, there's some real wet spots there. It's a little slippery. It can be challenging. It can be very challenging. Or if you get a little step out, it can get you full undivided attention. You gotta be very careful here. They could attack me at any minute. Wild animals. It looks like it's gonna rain any minute now. I guess the weatherman was wrong. They lied. The weathermen always lie. It did rain a few drops today. Definitely not enough to ruin the ride, though. this is one of my favorite stopping points, Valhalla. There's some beautiful homes, beautiful landscaping. Just unbelievable how beautiful this is. Really, really nice. I can't tell you how much I really enjoy looking at these landscaping things. And the roads around there, they're still wet. Come on, dry those roads up. Yeah, you can see it's wet and it's sloppy there. Well worth polishing. You can see the clouds though, they're variable for the whole day. Little by little, the roads are drying up, but you got to be aware of those wet spots. And boy, can they sneak up on you when you least expect it. Yeah, by the middle of the ride, the things were a little bit better. And the main roads, again, they were fine. But anywhere it's shady, you got to always beware. And it can sneak up on you. This area here, we did have a lot of trees and a lot of wet spots. Seems like those soft tires hold pretty good in these wet roads, though. I just get the feeling they're just not going to last as long as the Michelin will. But of course, we're going to find out. One thing they are plenty sticky. These wet spots coming up. Pretty soon we're going to have to deal with something even worse. Wet leaves. And those wet leaves, they can ruin your whole day. And we get plenty of practice with wet leaves in this part of the country. We're going to have about a month of those leaves everywhere. Coming soon. And we're at that point in time, of course, really going to have to back the pace down some. Always good to get back home to the ranch. So the sun was in and out all day, and some of the roads were wet, but it never spoils the ride. This guy always delivers. Valentine always saves us, and the MT-09 always entertains us. Anyway, I want to thank, I hope I never forget to thank the COVID workers, all the healthcare workers, all the people that have protected us and made these rides possible. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I do enjoy making them. I enjoy sharing them. I hope you like them, and especially if you're watching this in some environment where you can't get away and get out on your bike. Kind of like riding along. And I wish you had an MT-09 to join me. Anyway, again, thanks so much for watching. And we'll be posting video every day, hopefully.